It's 8 o'clock Wednesday. I'm doing laundry. So yesterday we went to my mom's. We ended up, the pizza took longer than I thought, and we got back really late. And then the kid had put she was talking about being fairies for real life at school, and her new friend, and blah, 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 blah. And sometimes it's pretend, and she knows it. Sometimes it's pretend, and she thinks it's real. And sometimes it's real, because they found blue fairy dust, and came from the sky and sprinkled down on them. And I didn't realize till way later that meant she took blue sand, like some kind of craft sand, poured it all over her head in a way that couldn't get out, and she got it. Tech Advisor Hazuki had taken over, and unbeknownst to me, what had happened was it was just really in there. And so she got into bed and she's like, oh, it's all sandy in my bed, not thinking about how she put sand in her hair, and that's where the sand came from. Tech Advisor Hazuki not knowing this either. So they changed all the sheets, got back in bed. Oh, there's sand all in my bed. So then she had to have a shower. And all this was happening at like 8 o'clock when she normally goes to bed. Before that, 7:30, let's say. So she didn't go to bed until like 9 maybe. And so I let her sleep in. Now it's almost 8. And we're on a tighter schedule in the morning, and she's going slow, which is the first time she's done that in a while. And I was thinking that today I wasn't going to go to the coffee shop. I was going to stay home, do work at home, do artwork at home, and then do stuff around the house. And I was like, well, maybe I'll split it like I did yesterday. But then I remember my office is a mess. I don't even like being in there right now. Like, it's always a mess, but it's really a mess where it feels claustrophobic. And I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get work done. And I don't know, not that I don't like going to the coffee shop, but I'm like, I want to save some money and save some time and not do that today, but I'm doing that today. But meanwhile, I got to do everything I normally do in an hour in about 20 minutes. Good luck me. It is a time in space. I think it's 9:30. I'm at the coffee shop. Late start this morning. We had to go through the office at Wild Roots, which we hadn't had to do yet. And I realized that Tech Advisor Uzuki needs the car by 10:30 because she's got some doctor stuff. So I didn't go to the coffee shop I wanted to. I went to my local Coyote coffee place. I almost didn't even come here, but I need some coffee and breakfast. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of work real quick. I have less than an hour. Then I got a boogie over there. And depending on how she feels, I might go with her to hang out. And I'll bring my iPad. Maybe I can work, maybe I can't. And then later, I'm going to try to get some work done in the office so that I will feel comfortable working in the office. Meanwhile, all the Ultraman sketch cards were approved, and I need to get back to work on the print here, which has been an up and down. I was happy with the inks and the layout I had. I kind of like the rough overall color palette I have indicated here, but I'm for some reason strangely dreading going in and doing the flats and the shading because I'm not 100% clear on how I'm going to do it. So in a way, it's good that I have an hour. I'm just going to force myself to do some art while this person's doing some music and I'm having breakfast. The thing I'm struggling with the most as someone who likes black and white and monochrome stuff is adding color. And these characters specifically I've never drawn in color. And it's basically all black and gray, which works fine when I'm doing black and white, but I'm trying to layer with blues and other things to separate. And of course, highlights and shadows and maybe rim lighting from the fire will help, but I'm trying to get a good base of just what I think these characters are. Playing a game of Fortnite for the first time in, I don't know, a week. To the doctor's office with Tech Advisor Uzuki, and it worked out because I was just going for moral support, but after that, my doctor and the kid's doctor were in the same kind of corporate park, and I've been having trouble getting through to anyone there, and lo and behold, just by being there, I got her an appointment tomorrow, which is good. I didn't get answers for my blood test stuff, but I got them to confirm that I have taken it, and they didn't seem to have the results for some reason. That's why they haven't called. Meanwhile, so now tomorrow I'm going to take the kid out of her summer program early and basically have a few hours there, then go to the doctor's appointment, then maybe we'll go out till I get lunch, and then she has a blood test. So that's tomorrow. And my other doctor finally called me back with the test they were supposed to send. They said they sent it. The address is correct. I never got it. So now they're going to send it again, so that should show in the next 2 weeks. I've got about 2 hours before I have to pick up the kid. I'm going to try to assemble the other piece of furniture. I'm feeling better than I did yesterday, so hopefully it won't take 2 hours. And then once I do that, her side will be done, and I can work on my side a bit so that I can work in this office, because I realize also I need to work on the print, but more important than the print is I need to make the revisions for issue 3 and send them in, because once I do that, there's still going to be another week or two till it comes back to me. So I should do that before the print. So that's where I'm at. What's going on over here? That's what I built the other day. This is what I'm built now. Put there, rearrange, gooba dooba scoob doob doo. It took me about an hour to build it. I need to mount it, but I'm not sure exactly where to place it, so I'm gonna wait for some input. On the phone for about a half hour with one of my friends who I've mentioned, not by name, that's going through life stuff, and I got about a half hour before I have to pick the kid up. I'm gonna play another Fortnite. I don't know what I updated you on. It's still Wednesday. Took the kid in the pool after school, which was fun, but took up a lot of time. Didn't really have much of an independent play by the time I took my shower. It was dinner time, blah, 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 blah. Had to do some laundry, shocking. There's so much laundry, it's nuts. Working on this some more, got that mounted, that's where it's gonna be. I'm gonna try to quick clean this side up, then go downstairs and feed the cats and do the cat litter, and then kind of try to be done with the day and maybe have some coffee and watch some TV. I'm feeling better. The steroids are helping. I'm still not 100%, but I went from being really not good to being like regular not good to being like okay to being like almost good today. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow, but I am still not getting enough sleep and pushing myself a lot. So I'm going to try to force myself. I played Fortnite for, a half hour earlier today, and I'm going to try to just be done with everything in a half hour and just relax. It's 8 o'clock. It's not as done as I'd like it to be. I could probably finish this up relatively quickly, but I'm not going to do it right now. I'm going to go downstairs and take care of the cats. All right, I spent an hour and a half maybe working on this today. What I did was I colored the details on here and this one, and then I added a darker shade on here and a lighter shade on here to help differentiate them, but that wasn't working really well. So I put a red sort of side glow on this. In the back, I decided not to add any detail and just keep the light gray, but I added some orange. I added a little purple in the front, which I may or may not take out. Here's other thing. I'm going to put a little more shading in, but I'm kind of going to leave these as they are. They kind of look monochrome, even though they're not. Done for now is the way I'll say it. And then I started working on the hard, cleaning it up, putting some bone and stuff in it, and kind of getting the flats going. Other than that, I put together the thumbnail for today's Action Activate and got that set up. But now it's getting close to 11, and I have to go pick up the kid early to take her to the doctor's appointment. So that's it for artwork for today, maybe, or at least for hours from now. I feel like I got nothing done. Like I quantifiably worked for an hour to an hour and a half, but I feel like I got nothing done. It's 3 o'clock, just got home. It's been a long day after, I took the kid to the doctor, went and got a blood test that for her, it was a little harder than we thought it would be. I sorted a lot of my doctor stuff out at the doctor's office. So I have been trying to make an update all day. Today's been a wild day. I've been getting lots of stuff done. Lots of stuff that I tried to get off the list 2 days ago is coming off today. Medical stuff for me, medical stuff for the kid, going shopping, But I've been going nonstop. I'm technically still on duty, but I had to ask Tech Advisor Izuki to watch the monitor during independent play so I can come pick up the prescription for the kid that wasn't ready. So even my downtime isn't really downtime. I'm not complaining. I'm feeling good. The steroids are doing their thing. Still not 100%, but like good, energy levels high. And I got to go home and make dinner. And then I'm not going to even attempt to do any more artwork tonight. I'm going to use whatever energy I have left to work on finishing her side and start working on the office for me, because I'm going to need to start working in the office again very soon, and so I need that to be okay. 7 o'clock, done with dinner and everything, getting the kid to bed at a reasonable hour. Usually we aim for 7, but a lot of times it doesn't happen until 8. Wow. Her playroom is done. All the furniture's built, that's mounted. Everything's been taken off the floor, put into a spot. I vacuumed and cleaned. I started dusting that. I need to finish dusting those. But otherwise it's done. Now things might get rearranged, changed, whatever, but everything we have fits somewhere, and that's all I'm doing. Meanwhile, my side continues to be a mess. Need to sell, need to sort and sell, need to put away art stuff, boxes for packing. I gotta hang those balloons up somewhere on her side. I forgot about that. Things to sell that need to be processed. This I'm getting rid of. This is garbage, but it's filled with lights that need to be installed in there at some point. So yeah, work to do over here, but I don't expect to get this all done in the next day or two, but I want to get a good chunk of it cleared so that I don't feel depressed sitting trying to work in this area. I've been working for about an hour and a half, but don't be fooled. This looks really good, and I've been making progress, but a lot of it was just moved over here. I need a comic box, I realized. So I got all these comics because I had set this up to be comics that I've printed, worked on. Like my comic work is in that box. And so I need a box for this. And even though I'm getting rid of some eventually, which I probably am, I don't know where to put them without having a box to put them in. So that's that. A lot of this turtle stuff is going to be open to put in here. Progress is being made, but it's also the easy progress. Like, this is stuff that I know where it goes. I just needed to do it. Then there's a lot of stuff here where I'm like, wow, what do I do with it? I don't know what to do with it until I sell it, or, you know, but progress. It's like 8 in the morning. I'm walking to get the mail. The kid got up real early today. We were doing an experiment where Tech Advisor Azuki was going to be the morning duty. That didn't work out. That's fine. I was already up. But it's, yeah, she got up so early that now, like, she's ready to go. She's playing an arcade game. I got the mail. We're going to go drop off a thing at LabCorp and still probably get to her summer program early. I've been needing, like, a stand for my phone so I could use it for reference or if I'm checking out a video while I'm working. Tech Advisor Azuki found this one online. It folds up, hooks to a backpack. It's really flat, but it's like a little mini tripod. Seems perfect. We'll see how it works. So the kid is getting strapped in right now as she sings a lovely tune. We were ready so early that I got the mail from the mailbox and we just went to LabCorp, dropped off the sample and got that off the list. Gonna drop her off and then I'm gonna go get coffee and work. I'm trying to remember, I think I may have had a plan to not go get coffee today, but that plan's gone. That plan's gone and now I'm gonna go get coffee. This is the new stand that I unfortunately can't show you. This is magnetic and it folds up and I love it, it's great. Meanwhile, it's been about 2.5 hours working on this. I finished up coloring the horror and the mech, their main colors, and then I've been futzing with sort of opacity overlays to push them back a little bit. I added shading up here. I'm gonna leave these monochrome, well, they're not monochrome, but you know what I mean, like duotone, whatever. I'm not gonna color them further than that. I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. The main thing I'm struggling with now, we're close to being done, but I'm struggling with cohesion because I'm sort of discovering and experimenting with the colors and the layout as I go. So technically the only thing I still need to do is clean up the fire, but I'm gonna add probably some shadows here and there and just try to unify it a little bit more. One thing I did though was I went in and added these orange highlights here, and I feel like that was like a big moment of, this is working now. So still some way to go, but I'm confident I can have this done today or in the next couple days at the very least. But I'm gonna work on it for a little bit longer, and then I'm probably gonna stop and go home and work on cleaning up the office and then look at it again later. But I've been really struggling with this, as you know, and especially today I was stuck in a place, but I feel like I had a little bit of a breakthrough, and so yeah, good. It's 1:30. I have about an hour before I have to go pick up the kid. Came home, not feeling 100%. As again, the steroids are doing very well, but I'm not perfect. So I needed to recover for a half hour, 45 minutes. And now I have about an hour, and I'm gonna try to work on this scenario here. I did take the print and ask for feedback from a couple friends, Tech Advisor Azuki, and I've gotten basically how I feel. Like, it looks pretty good. You could adjust this a little bit, but you know, it's fine, but you could adjust this. And all of the notes, and I've only gotten like 3 notes, are the same and different. They all address the same part of the picture, but suggest different solutions. And the part of the picture that they're suggesting maybe, now I did coach it. I did say, hey, is this fitting together? Is boots popping out too much or whatever? So I did kind of maybe put that there in their head, but they all agreed that if I'm gonna adjust anything, that's the part to adjust. And I've probably said this before, and I forget who said it. Another great quote by somebody smart that I don't know, but it basically was an actor saying, an actor and or a writer. Actually, it might have been a writer. See, I don't even know who said it, but they were saying, like, if someone says something's not working, if the joke's not working, if the scene isn't working, blah, 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 especially if it's more than one person, they're probably right. It's probably worth looking into, but the advice they're giving is probably not correct or not necessarily correct. And I think there's truth to that. I think sometimes objectively, someone more skilled than you or a fresh eye can point something out, but when it's a little bit more nebulous, a little bit more multiple solutions, like everyone seems to agree that the part of boots in the print could be adjusted to make it better. Everyone has different suggestions on how or why to fix that. So what that tells me is I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to look at it tomorrow. I'm going to look at it over the weekend because today's Friday, or Monday at the latest with fresh eyes, and adjust it as I see fit, but it needs to be adjusted. That's where I'm at with that. But right now I'm going to work on the office. It has been mild for June, as I've said. It is about 90 now, but again, for the end of June, I'll take it. Getting rid of these. These are compostable, whatever, packing peanuts. Went to the post office, did some stuff with the kid. She's an independent play now. And I am working on my office again, even though it doesn't look like it, because these are things that were in my office that I'm getting rid of. All right, I worked for about an hour on the office, and as you can see, I filled in the area that I had cleaned out. Awesome. I did, however, move more things around. I got this empty now, and I keep it, like, I had too many loose comics on here. They're breaking the boxes. I'm like, let me get them over here, and now I have piles here, and I got to put stuff on that shelf, so now I have these piles here. So it is incremental progress, but it's a lot of moving pieces around. I did take these lights and things out of that big chest I have to get rid of. A bunch of other stuff. That pile there is the to get rid of pile that just keeps getting bigger. And if you look over here on the landing, all this is garbage or things to go into the garage that I need to now deal with. It is after 6. The kid has had dinner. I left after dinner to go to the vet to get the medicine for the cat that I haven't gotten for the last few days, and she won't have any tomorrow morning. Previous to that, I did some work in the coffee shop. So a productive day all around, but I got to refocus because I realized I need to refocus and get my comic edits made, and I also need to format the cover of issue 3 to be an 11x17 print for some rewards, but I guess that doesn't matter until I get the other print done. But yeah. Did the landing of what I put on there. I think I ended up doing about, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours of work in the office. Some of those big piles of laundry getting put away, and I think my pizza's about to be here. So that's the end of the workday. It's pizza time. It's pizza time! It's 7:13. That was me quoting the Ninja Turtles video game badly. Saturday, we're at the mall. Well, we didn't go in yet, but we're outside. It's like 90 something, so it's a good day to not be outside. Normally I'm not on morning duty, but we switched it up and played around, did some stuff in the morning, and then let her have tablet time for an hour while I worked in my office again for an hour. We just went to the post office to drop off a print. Then we went to the comic store where I bought some boxes. It's that way, you're right. Then I bought some boxes because I have piles of comics and nowhere to put them. So I got boxes for that. And we got her a Young Jedi book. And I had gotten Silver Age bags and boards for the Mighty Mascots book comps that I have for when I sell them or ship them. And they didn't match, but I was able to swap one out. So I got that off my list. Okay.
Bun, 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 bunny, bunny, bunny.
It's like a funny piano.
Bun, 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 bunny, bunny, bunny. Bun, bun, bunny, 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 bunny. Bun, bun, bunny, 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 bunny. Bun, 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 bunny, bunny, bunny.
I'm on the floor now. I'm looking up. Well, I'm back from the mall. We had a good time. We had our yucks and our laughs and our bonding and our hot dog on a stick. And came back, gave her some medicine, got her into independent play, and I'm tired. Been laying on the floor for like 20 minutes looking at my phone. I'm covering, not that it matters, but I'm covering monitor duty while on independent play, even though technically I'd normally be off because Tech Advisor Azuki could use a break and I'm doing better than she is. So, fluh. Even though I wasn't doing better this morning, but I'm doing okay now. Doesn't matter. Point is, I'm going to now motivate myself to get up. Oh, that was terrible. And then turn those boxes, those flats into boxes to deal with those piles of comics. All right, so I built the boxes and I put them here. This is my own comics that I need to sell, or not need to, that it's inventory. These are just comics that I need to read that I own. There's still a bunch down here. I also put another box, you can almost see it here, more comics of mine, more inventory. These are my 9x12 prints, which I'm phasing out. I still have some in a local store or if I go to a convention, but I don't sell them online anymore. I don't plan on reprinting most of them, but there's too many, like I have to do something with them, but they're not gonna be part of this normal setup anymore. And I'm realizing a couple things. One, I'm getting tired, I'm tired. And two, I now have room for another box here, which is good because I didn't have enough room. I need to go buy another box. I think I talked about was I got these Silver Age bags and boards to fit the Mighty Mascots comics. Didn't fit each other. Like I could barely fit the board in the bag, let alone the comic. And I thought it was gonna be a problem, but I brought it back and I'm like, hey, I got these. And they're like, yeah, there's some problem with the distributor. They're cutting them weird, blah, 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 blah. Use these ones. Those ones don't work either. Now to be clear, excellent customer service, apologies, immediate exchange. But I have to go back. I'm thinking I'm going to watch her for the next 45 minutes or so on the monitor, not literally, I'm listening to her, I guess, being aware of her. And I think after that, I'm gonna go out, buy another box, swap that again, and oh, did I not record any of that? Suffice it to say, I'm getting to the point that I've been pushing forward. I'm putting hours and hours in, and now everything I have left, for the most part, I'm exaggerating, is like, oh, this is a big problem. I don't know what to do. Each individual box is gonna take me 2 hours to get rid of, something like that. So I got a lot of big wins, and now I'm starting to hit the heavy rock. I was digging, and now I'm hitting shale. Is that a thing? I don't know. I'm gonna have a caffeinated beverage. Okay, this wasn't the most urgent thing to do, but I had these boxes and a few other things on this shelf forever. I pulled all of that off. I had a plastic bag, and I put all of my G1 Transformers Pretenders up here. If you were watching my video from when I did Robo Toy Fest, you'll know I bought this one. I spent more money on this one than I did on any of the others. Some of these I got for free from friends. Some of them I got for $5-10 because they're beat up and missing the insides. These three were the main ones I wanted, which were based on actual previous existing Autobots like Bumblebee and Jazz and stuff. I got them off of eBay a couple years back. I want to say I paid $15-20 a piece for them. I don't know what they go for now. All of these I got, this was a free one I got from my friend. All of these I got for sub $20, except for this one, which was, yeah, it cost almost as much as all the rest. But it looks awesome on this shelf, and now, you know, there's more to work on others, but I made some kind of progress while I was waiting, and now I'm going to go to the comic store, get another comic box, and do all that stuff I talked about. I hung that real quick. All right, went to the comic store, got bags that I know will fit because I did them in front of I did them there. Apparently, they've just been getting like weird, the orders were being cut wrong, and the manufacturer's all messed up, so this was the second try, so for the third try, it fits, and I'm all good. And then Tech Advisor Uzuki asked me to pick up eggs on the way home, so that is what I'm doing now at Target. Well, I put the other box here, filled it with the rest of the loose comics, most of my trade paperbacks. I have a lot of weird odd-sized trade paperbacks and books here that I don't know what to do with. All these books. I had a huge stack of paper here, which is now a smaller stack of paper. Most of it was printed out guitar tabs from when that was a thing. I said we've reached that point in the show where I think I spent an hour sorting through a pile of paper. So, yeah. Sunday afternoon, we're in, drop the water. Oh yeah, it's a butthole, but it's shaped like a heart. I love it. It's like a little river thing. Oh, it leads to like a big fountain area over there. This is in the middle of this shopping area. It's very beautiful. It wasn't so hot out today. Here's baby Big Lip, Optimus Not Prime, and other Big Lip baby. We all know them. They're all the favorites. Yeah, these are cool. Marcane. I like these. These are cool. They kind of have a Scott Pilgrim vibe to them. Digimon is something I'm glad I never got into because they look like they have some cool stuff. They got some Halloween Toy Story, and then they got these cool Spidey ones. I don't like what they do with Spidey Punk though here. It's not even like a real figure. They got these Marvel ones, and then these little cute Star Wars ones. The Bo-Katan. It's probably the best, but they're pretty good. I don't know the name of the mall. We just randomly stopped here. This is Rancho Cucamonga, but it's very full. Oh, there's Chrono Toys. There's a couple toy stores there, but there's Burlington, and there's a Five Below here. Can you see it? That's unusual. Pop Mart Robo Shop.
Yeah, so we're gonna get the chocolate candle, which is that one right there. Dun 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 dun.
Beast Boy. $8:30 a.m. Saturday morning. We have just a minute before we have to go to the summer program, but I had a print sale and I have just enough time to package it up and stop at the post office on the way there so I don't have to do it after school. I'm here. Decided to go to East Coffee. I've been wanting to go back to Montague. Who cares? Who cares where I get coffee, right? Who cares? But my plan is, I'm a little, I don't feel great, but I feel okay. My plan is to, while I'm here, before I leave here, I must finish the art print. I must finish the adjustments, get it set where I want. And then if possible, I think I have the files on my iPad to take the cover of issue 3 and turn that into an 11 by 17. And then I was gonna say send them both in to get printed, but I have other files at home. But I have to have them both ready to print so that I can send that print order in today. After that, my plan is to work on the t-shirt design, I believe. And then, assuming this doesn't take me the entire time I have while the kid's in the summer program, when I finish the prints and have worked, once I finish the prints, I'm allowed to leave. And then I'm gonna go home, and the next thing is to work on adjusting the comic pages, which I would like to have had done already. I feel like I'm falling behind. But I gotta get coffee. It's been about an hour, and I've redrawn the shadows on here 50 times. I've changed the background. Oh, like halo, white, red, orange. I'm adding and removing stuff from the logo font, and I'm spinning my wheels. So I'm gonna be done. Maybe it's done, I don't know, but I have to be done because I'm driving myself nuts. All right, about 3.5 hours. The print is quote unquote done. I started working on the t-shirt designs. I did a few different permutations, and I think keeping it simple with one image of the horror is the best idea. But I have this where it's filled in white, which is similar how I did a Godzilla shirt in the past. Then there's this is how I originally drew it, which wasn't my intention, but I kind of like the X-ray blueprint kind of style. And then this is the full blast with like a city underneath and explosions and all this kind of stuff. Some of this is contingent upon printing costs, because you see here I have like gray, white, and green, so that's 3 colors. Some of it's contingent on this might be considered like a maxi print, so that might cost more. So this might not be possible, or if I did it, it would be shrunk down to a smaller image area. But this is sort of what I'm looking at, and I've gotten some good working versions done, which is what I wanted to do. So I'm gonna stop now, and I'm gonna head home. Yeah, back home. I have about an hour and a half before I have to pick up the kid. Looking at the print with fresh eyes just in now, I think it looks fine. One thing I need to do is the ink lines and boots are a little bit soft because I scaled it in Procreate, and when you do that, for some reason, it just messes it up. Now I understand they're not vectorized. They're not vector, I should say, so there's always gonna be a little bit of degradation, but it's not the same as doing it in Photoshop. So I'm gonna see, I could use it as is if I have to, but I'm gonna import it into Photoshop as well as the original sticker inks, and see if I could just overlay them, make it crisper. If I can, great. If I can't, whatever. But I'm ready to send that to the printer as well as the other. I did the 3 t-shirt designs, and yeah, so I'm gonna take a quick break and then start working on that before I have to pick her up. Meanwhile, box on the landing. Why? That is a box of turtle figures that are listed on eBay. So my new plan is I can take stuff out of my office and put it on the landing, as long, not including this stuff, this needs to be dealt with, but this area here will stay clear except for boxes that are on sale, ready to go, like actively, that will then be gone out of the house. So that's the plan for that. So I was able to bring the sticker inks in, and they were the wrong size, but I kind of shrunk them and whatever, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. It's bigger than it's gonna print. And at a glance, it looks fine. You might even say it's a good aesthetic because it kind of has a soft animation feel, but compared to the inks on the horror or the mech here, it just looks a little soft. And if you think it doesn't, look what happens when I put the clear inks in. See how much sharper that is? And it matches better. And then when I zoom out, it's not as noticeable, but it is better quality, and it's gonna show up in the print. So I've got that done, and I think I'm ready to send this to the printer now. I worked on adapting this a bit. The easy part was taking off the logo and sizing it up, but then there was like an inch or a quarter of an inch that I'm having to replicate up here, which I don't know if I did previously on the other ones. Most of it was just extending color, but then I'm having to kind of redraw in this smoke, which isn't going to take too long, but I have to go pick up the kids, so I'm done for now. All right, it's 5:03 Monday. I finished the art for both prints, the new art incentive print, and then the like bonus virgin clean copy of issue 3, put those print orders in. I had 37 people that were entitled to the free 9x6 print. I think I printed 47 or 50 with the idea that I'll cover all that. There's extra in case there's damages, and then 5 or 10 that I can sell because that wasn't an exclusive. And so maybe I'll start bringing it to shows, throw it up on the website, whatever. The other one was an exclusive, and I think there were 6 people that needed it. I printed 8, again, 2 just in case there's damages or something happens. I've done that each time. So this is the 3rd time I've had an exclusive print and maybe had 1, 2, 3 extra. Never sold them. Used them for replacement only, or maybe I gave one to a family member if I had an extra. any that I still have, I still hold on to. And what I'm going to do at the very end, when I kickstart issue 5 or the trade paperback or whatever, I'll make them available as rewards through a Kickstarter at some point. But a lot of things like that where they're exclusives, I'll hold on to them and only make them available through Kickstarters, but it might be a future Kickstarter. But again, it's not like I printed 20. I printed like a couple extra just in case. But I'm pretty happy with that. I'm done with that. So stickers done, buttons done, prints done, waiting for them to show up. I need to assemble the digital copy PDF of 3 and then send out 1, 2, and 3. And I need to do the revisions on issue 3 physical. I mean, I still got work to do, but we're getting there. I'm feeling better than I did earlier today when I was like, well, I'm so far behind. And I am still so far behind. But I also reprinted a couple other prints that I was getting low on, and a new print, the Lunar Wolf print that I never officially made prints for. I just had some for Philip Andrews to sell at the show, but I never made myself any. So yeah, okay, we're going. I gotta get the kid. It's 8:05 Monday night. I'm going for a walk. I ate too much for dinner. I actually ate relatively healthy today. I made some veggie fish and tater tots and corn, but the kid didn't eat a lot of their food, and so, like parents from time immemorial, I finished her food, but I shouldn't have. I was full, I was done. I could have just thrown it away, but I'm like, oh, you know, and then I'm like, ooh, I'm very full. So anyway, I'm going for a walk. But here's the thing. At any point in these days, I might be like, I'm a terrible artist. I'm not getting enough done, blah, 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 blah. And that could all be true. And then I'll feel like, hey, I did it, I'm great. And that could all be true. But baseline, and I've talked about this before, I feed my cats in the morning and I feed my cats at night almost every day. There's a lot of stuff that happens, every day, but that's something that happens the same time every day. And time could fly. Like when I'm feeding my cats at night, like I just did before I came out, I was like, man, I feel like, a minute ago I was filling this up and now it's the end of the day. It's been almost 12 hours to the dot. And I could be like, oh, well, I finished up that print. I made the cover into a print. I sent them to the printers. I sent that other stuff to the printers. I did some laundry, laundry doesn't count. But I made progress on things today. Things are more forward than they were yesterday. I got some work done on the t-shirt designs. And on days when I don't have that, it's like, what did I do today? Like I may have done things. I may have gone to the store. I may have, done things, but nothing that moves like long-term goals forward. And on those days, I don't feel good about myself. And depending how much I get done, I feel better, worse, whatever. But at least if I could say, hey, truck, it's a truck. Oh, they're a truck. But at least if I could say, if I kicked the ball, whatever, a little bit closer down towards the goal, a little further down the road, whatever metaphor you want to use, that feels good. So yeah, I did that, and then I did a bunch of housework, and now I'm going for a walk. Then I'm probably gonna watch some TV. Try to go to bed early. I've not been doing a good job of that. The kid's been getting up early. She's been having night terrors. She was an emo bomb today, just crying. She was crying because robots aren't real. She was crying because she wished she had brought a certain stuffed animal with her, which she has never before brought with her. She was just crying like hysterical, like hard to come. It was a mess. So I don't know if she's getting sick or she's going through something or whatever. But she's on antibiotics for a UTI, and so that might be affecting her mood too. But she's also not getting enough rest, which means I'm not getting enough rest. But we're sallying forth tomorrow. Number one priority is, well, number one and number two, depending on the two things I want to do tomorrow. I'm not sure the order is revising the print files for issue 3 so that I could get that to the printer finally, and setting up issue 3 to be a digital readable comic. And I think I can get both of those done tomorrow, unless something terrible happens. I may or may not go to a coffee shop, but if I do, I won't stay there the whole time. And yeah, and then working on the t-shirt. Those two jobs are small, but will take a long time to come to fruition. The t-shirt, depending on which way I go, I did 3 different designs, and I've asked for some feedback, and I've been getting mixed things. But it is seeming like a white outline on the black shirt, which I thought was kind of cool, people are jiving with. And if that's all it is, I can have that done a lot quicker, because it's just going to be white and maybe green. Well, hopefully green. I want green. If I have to do explosions and other details and things like that, then it might take a little longer. But I hate saying when I have things done. Today is Monday. Monday's over. We got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is a holiday. It's a family day. But I think by the end of this week, let's say by the end of the weekend, let's say by Monday, let's say a week, by the end of the day, Monday, a week from today, 7 days from now, I think it's super possible and likely that I will have all the digital comics done ready to go. I don't know if I should send them out before the print copies. That's always a thing where like some people think if you get a digital copy, oh, you should get it early. Other people are like, well, that's not fair. I paid more for the print one. And, you know, so I'm not sure about that. Maybe I'll run a poll or something. But I'll have them ready to go. And I will have sent in the revisions for the comic. And depending on how quickly they get back to me, because I'm not going to ask for another print proof. I'll just get a digital proof. I may be able to say, go ahead and start printing it. And maybe have the art for the t-shirt done, or at the very least be further along in it and go talk to a local printer, because I'd rather use a local printer if I can for a variety of reasons, you know, buy local and all that, and being able to talk to somebody. But yeah, so by this time next week, I want the only thing I have to do is finish up the t-shirt. That's where I'd like to be. And then I have my 4 sketch card commissions I need to finish, and I have 1 outstanding commission that I got, like a standard in a sketchbook commission that I got at Robo Toy Fest. And then I think I'm officially done with things I'm obligated to do. And before I start, a while back I was talking to Marshall Lee. Marsh makes comics, you know, Plex. He's got a lot of names. He makes music and comics. He's a lovely fellow. And when I was doing the Kickstarter, I was on his show and I was like, yeah, I've started issue 4. That's kind of a lie. It's not a lie. I wasn't lying to him. 3 was done. And I was sort of like, let me start getting stuff together for issue 4. And this was like as the Kickstarter was launching, like a day or 2 before it launched. And I was thinking like, yeah, I'm just going to dive right into it and get my notes together and find, you know. And so my fingers had touched it. Like, oh, here's the bot. I'm going to start working on it. Have not touched it since because I've been bogged down with other things. Good things, bad things, whatever, but things. And so a while back, I had said, by the time the kid goes back to school in like early to mid-August, I think it's in mid-August, I want to be working on the comic or about ready to start working on the comic. I will 100% hit that. But for a while, I was like, I'm going to start way before that. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to catch up on everything outstanding, possibly do this other project thing. I don't think I talked about it. I don't want to talk about it in case it doesn't happen, but it involves the Horror A4, so it's not a big, I can't talk about it. But maybe once I finish everything I just talked about, I will either do that. I want to jump into the horror. I might have to, here's something else I've talked about a million times. Like, oh, let me break it up. One day I'll work on the horror. One day I'll work on a print. One day I'll work on this. And that always sounds great to me, but in practice it rarely happens. But I'm remembering I have several prints, Power Rangers, Godzilla, things like that, in various stages of completion that I all put on hold to hurry up and finish issue 3. So before I get heavy into issue 4 or solely into issue 4, I have to finish all my outstanding commissions and reward goals, everything I owe to everybody for money or for whatever reason. And then not counting any new things that might come up that it might take, even if it's not a good idea or even if I don't have time, but I just can't resist because of money or other reasons. Whether or not I start issue 4, I will also be working on some prints at the same time. So come August, I will be working on issue 4. Come August, middle August, I will be working on issue 4. Will I be working on it full time or not? I don't know. Will I be working on it before then? I don't know. Today is Monday. Usually, I've been doing pretty good where I'll record Tuesday and then put it up Tuesday. I'm going to end this video here. So this is Monday night. It'll be going up Tuesday, which is tomorrow. So maybe I'll edit this tonight. And yeah, anyway, that's it for this one. I feel like it's a long one. It's been all over the place. Thanks for watching. Bye.